Can you imagine kicking a ball at 100 kilometers per hour? Well, Gabriel Batistuta, best known by the nickname Batigol, could fire a shot at goal at up to 106 kilometers per hour. His greatest compatriot, Diego Armando Maradona, described him as the finest striker of the ball he's ever seen.
No.
Gabriel Omar Batistuta was born on February 1st, 1969, in the Argentinian city of Avellaneda, but he spent his childhood in the city of Reconquista. Despite being a playful kid, he was not enthusiastic in football, but in different sports like basketball and horse riding. He even considered becoming a doctor. Batistuta had no interest in what would become his beloved passion up until 1978. Then, the legendary Argentinian striker Mario Kempes led his homeland to its first World Cup title. That was the turning point for Batistuta's career. Impressed and inspired by Kempes' performance, Gabriel devoted himself to the most popular sport worldwide. Soon, he joined the small team of Grupo Alguera before moving to the youth team of Platense. Following an impressive performance in one of the Provincial Championships and a stunning victory over Newell's Old Boys, he attracted the attention of major local clubs and coaches. However, the most well-known figure among them was the figure of head coach Marcelo Bielsa. At the age of 19 in 1988, Batistuta signed his first professional contract with the team he shone against, Bielsa's Newell's Old Boys. Batistuta played as a centre forward and gradually became one of his generation's most complete, feared and prolific strikers. He was naturally a right-footed player, but his finishing abilities with both feet, aerial strength, flair and technique with the ball were of the highest level. He had a superb positional sense, an eagle eye for goal and a phenomenal conversion rate of 0.54 goals per game throughout his career. He was also famous for the way he scored his goals, numerous acrobatic volleys, strikes from tight angles while on the run, and incredible bicycle kicks. Typically, the beginning of his football odyssey was not a calm walk in the park. He failed to adapt to the Rosario-based club and felt homesick, resulting in a short loan spell at Sportivo Italiano. Still, he regained his form under Bielsa's supervision and quickly became fans' favorite because of his hard work and determination. Batistuta's professional debut was in 1988, quickly making a significant breakthrough with his performances in the Copa Libertadores, including the final clash. Dozens of local clubs declared interest in signing him, noticing his undoubtful talent, while he took a hard decision to join one of the two biggest clubs in Argentina, River Plate, in 1989. It was a hard decision for the young player, as he was a keen admirer of River Plate's arch-rival, Boca Juniors. Despite demonstrating his ability in almost every game, River's coach Daniel Passarella suddenly started benching him for no specific reason, even though he praised Batistuta's professionalism. Being part of the championship squad, Gabriel lifted the major local trophy, his only domestic one during his fruitful career.
Fue un lateral que aprovechamos, me saca Gómez, yo la paro con el pecho, en vez de volverla, giro hacia la izquierda, le pego de zurda, tuve la suerte de que entre.
Feeling a bit demoralized, just one season later in 1990, he departed to the other big name in Argentina, Boca. Despite the unconvincing start, his extraordinary talent was unveiled when the Uruguayan coach Oscar Tabarez arrived at the club. Tabarez influenced the striker's performance, putting him in his favorite centre-forward position, forming a formidable attack duo with Diego Latorre. They led Boca to the 1991 Clausura Championship title. Batistuta's 13 goals made him the top scorer. The championship clash against Apertura champion Newell's Old Boys ended with a disappointing defeat, but the promising striker proved himself as one of the hottest prospects at that time, also being adored by Boca supporters.
Una perfecta habilitación de Diego en la mitad de la cancha, la llevé hasta el área y cuando entré le pegué ante la salida de Goyen.
On August 9, 1991, the ambitious Italian side AFC Fiorentina opened their checkbook to guarantee the transfer of the powerful South American striker for €2.5 million. Batistuta immediately established himself at the club, scoring 13 goals in his debut season. Despite Fiorentina's good start in the 1992-93 season, its end was a nightmare, and even Batistuta's 16 goals were not sufficient to prevent relegation to Serie A B.
Più dei giocatori italiani e quindi pretendono di più. Io a quell'epoca non ero preparato a questo e ho sofferto un attimino.
La Viola had a serious coaching crisis, and its demotion to the second tier of Italian football panicked the fans, who did not want to lose their new beloved star. His loyalty to the club and determination to help them regain their Serie A status denied European giants AC Milan and Real Madrid FC, who desperately wanted to sign the Argentinian superstar that summer. Under the management of the new coach, Claudio Ranieri, and Batistuta's solid form, 16 goals again, AFC Fiorentina easily won Serie A B. The following season, Ranieri stabilized the team in Serie A.
Una cosa che mi ha colpito in lui è il fatto che non l'ho mai visto saltare un allenamento.
Batistuta performed exceptionally, scoring 26 goals and winning his first, and amazingly only, Capocannoniere award, given to the season's top goal scorer. The challenge of improving the underachieving Italian team was more attractive than joining a superior team and collecting prizes with less effort. And it paid off in the 1995-96 season, where Fiorentina finished in 4th place in Serie A, the club's highest position in over a decade. As well as a tremendous success in Coppa Italia and the Supercoppa Italiana, Batistuta spent 4 more seasons with La Viola, finishing 3rd in Serie A in his last year. Batigol amassed over 200 goals in his 9-year spell before ending his journey with the Florence club. Although he failed to win the Italian Scudetto with AFC Fiorentina, his tremendous impact on the club's development was unquestionable. Batistuta left the club as its undisputed all-time top goal scorer, one of the greatest football players ever, and became an icon for local supporters, leaving them forever grateful for his 333 appearances, invaluable goals, and most importantly, his loyalty and commitment throughout all those memorable years. In the summer of 2000, Fiorentina could not reject the €36 million bid from Roma, and Batistuta became La Viola's most expensive departure at that time. At the age of 31, he finally won the Scudetto, the trophy of his dreams, forming a devastating partnership with the Roma's superstar Francesco Totti. The championship title was a historic moment for both Batistuta and Roma, its first Scudetto since 1982-83 season.
Fischio finale da parte di Braschi in questo istante, la Roma è campione d'Italia per la stagione 2000-2001.
Following 2 modest seasons with the Galliorossi, and already in the twilight of his tremendous career, he joined Internazionale on loan, the last Italian club he played for. Unfortunately, chronic injuries forced him to quit competitive European football, and he arrived at Qatari team Al Arabi SC. He broke the record for most goals in a single Qatari season, scoring 25 goals in 21 matches, proving to be a genuine masterclass until the end of his playing days in 2005. Batistuta's debut for his national team was on June 27, 1991, in a friendly match against Brazil, when he was a 22-year-old talented striker. It was during the preparation for the 1991 Copa America. The legendary Argentinian coach Alfio Basili was impressed by the forward's potential and called him up for the tournament. Argentina won its first trophy since 1959, and Batistuta finished the competition as the top scorer, netting 6 goals and becoming a national hero. Argentina successfully defended the Copa America in 1993 when Batigol scored a brace in the final against Mexico. Despite a promising start in the 1994 World Cup, Argentina failed to meet the high expectations and got eliminated by Romania in the last 16. Nevertheless, the clinical striker debuted explosively, scoring a hat-trick against Greece and a consolation strike in the last match for his country in that World Cup. Determined to perform better in the next World Cup, he played passionately in the qualifications, scoring a memorable goal against Paraguay and surpassing his almighty compatriot Diego Armando Maradona as the national team top goalscorer at that time. Indeed, Batistuta exceeded his previous World Cup performance, netting 5 tournament goals, 1 against Japan and a hat-trick against Jamaica. The Argentinian forward became the first player to score hat-tricks in 2 different World Cups. His efforts helped the team reach the quarter-final where they played Holland, but they were sent home after a stunning strike by Dennis Bergkamp. Being one of the favourites prior to the 2002 World Cup, every football expert expected another glamorous display by Batistuta at the twilight of his international career due to a spectacular qualifying campaign. Still, the odds were against him one more time. Argentina disappointed, failing to progress into the knockout round, finishing 3rd in the group stage. He scored yet again in his first match, but it was his only goal in the 3 appearances. After his final international game against Sweden, he broke down in tears, showing everyone how emotional he was when playing for his country. His international career ended with 54 goals from 77 appearances, a record at that time. The record was unbeaten until 2016, when Lionel Messi scored his 55th goal for Argentina. Apart from the team awards, Gabriel Batistuta received many individual prizes, mainly due to his goal-scoring skills. He was also voted within the top 10 in the Ballon d'Or award 3 consecutive times, between 1998 and 2000. If you look among the most clinical strikers in the 1990s, you could just not ignore the majestic figure of one of the most lethal weapons in the football world. Gabriel Batistuta is a living legend for thousands of people and a real inspiration for everyone who loves the magical game that is football.